So this is day 6 of the worksheet. It's for the unit circle. So first it says, discuss how you'll construct the unit circle and what strategies best work for you. So the strategy I use is, so first I do the degrees. So I know that from here, this line is 0 and 360 degrees, and then a quarter would be 90, the another quarter would be 180, another quarter would be 270, and back to 360 or 0. And so between 90 and 0 it's 45, so I know the midway is 45, and then these three lines would be plus or minus 15, so 30 and 60. And so I did that first quarter, and then I'll do the same thing for all these. I would add like 90 and 180 between is 135, plus or minus 15, 120 and 150. And then from 120 to 270 midway is 225, and then plus 15 or minus 15 or plus 15 would be 210 or 240. And then from 270 to 360, the midway is 315, and then plus or minus 15 would be 330 or 300. Okay, and then once I get the degrees, and then I'll do the radians. So I know that to get from degrees to radians, I would like do the pi times 180. So 0, 0, and then 360 is equal to 2 pi. And then same for here, from 90 to, since 360 was 2 pi, I know that it would be like pi over half for the radians. And then to get these from degrees to radians, I would just do the I would do the 30 times pi times 1 over 180, and then I get pi over 6. That's what it would simplify to, and do the same for all three of these, and then I would just memorize these three for the radians. And then 180, I know since 360 is 2 pi, half of that would be pi. And then again, same for these, I would do the same, like 60, 45, and 30, I'll do the same for these. So I would just multiply it times pi over 180 for all three of these, and then eventually memorize them. So I get 2 pi over 3, 3 pi over 4, and 5 pi over 6. And that's just the same thing from here to here as well. Convert it and then memorize. But then I don't really have to memorize 270 because I know that 90 is there, and so from getting to 90 to 270, pi over 2 would also be 3 pi over 2. It's just multiplied by 3. And then the same thing for these. As I said, 360 is 2 pi, and then 0, 0. So just convert 330, 315 from degrees to radians, and then I would eventually memorize. So it would be 5 pi over 3, 7 pi over 4, and 1 pi over 6. Next is the coordinates. So we can just think this as like the coordinate plane. So like the y-axis here, x-axis here. So, and if this is the origin, to get here we would, and we know like the unit is 1. So like this is 1, this is 1, this is 1, and this is 1. So we have, to get from here, we would do 1 over and up 0. So we get the coordinate would be 1, 0. Same thing for here. It would be, to get from here to here, it would be to the left or right 0, and then up 1, which would be here. So it's 0, 1, and then here negative 1, 0, and then here 0, negative 1. So you really don't have to memorize these. You just have to like think about the coordinate plane. And then to get from here, I would what I did was memorize. So I would memorize the first this coordinate. So I know it's root 3 over 2 comma 1 half. So to get from 30 to 60, and then from here to here, I would just flip these coordinates. So it'd be half, and then root 3 over 2. And then this I just memorized, so it's square root 2 over 2, square root 2 over 2. So these three are the only ones you have to memorize for the rest of the coordinates, and I'll explain that later. So once we know this, we can go to the next quarter. So we know that So as you can, so the first coordinate here is all positive, positive. So x and y are positive. But when we go to quarter 2, it'd be x is negative and y is positive. So we would just take the same here. So since x is negative here, we would have negative 3 over 2 and then half. So just like this, but it's negative. And then the same here, x is negative, y is positive, and the same here, x is negative and y is positive because it's quarter 2. And that's why you only need to memorize these three for the coordinates. And then same thing here for quarter 3, everything here would be negative and negative. So x and y would be negative. So we have, well, from here to here, we have negative 3 over 2, comma negative half, and square root, negative square root 2 over 2, comma negative square root 2 over 2, and then negative half, comma root 3 over 2, negative. And for quarter 4, the x is positive and the y is negative, so we have positive half, negative root 3 over 2, positive root 2 over 2, negative root 2 over 2, positive root 3 over 2, negative half. And so yeah, that's the unit circle. So some I do memorize, but once you know a quarter, you can apply it to the rest of the circle, so you don't have to memorize the whole thing. You just need to do a quarter, or just really these three for radians or coordinates. And then yeah, I do the degrees first, then I go to radians. I convert degrees to radians, and then to the coordinates, I really don't. I just think of the coordinate plane. And yeah, that's day 6.